Hello and welcome to episode 16 of the Toffee Waffle podcast. It's been a few days since the dramatic Merseyside Derby, but there was certainly no shortage of talking points. So let's dive straight in and we hope you enjoy. So, where do you even start with a game like that? We said we wanted a dramatic derby, and that's definitely what we got in the end. Mental.
That was a classic derby. That was if it had fans, that would have topped it off. But that was like what we all dream of.
Fans.
That derby.
Fans in that.
Mm.
Limbs
But a derby
when
like
Calvert-Lewin scores that equaliser. Mental.
A derby like that, though, that's what you want every year. We haven't had that for the past few years at Goodison. We've had the noise, but we haven't had the passion in the games or the goals to celebrate even. Goals to loathe. But
you're going back to that 3-3 in 2013, Martinez's first season.
Yeah.
A derby that's been anywhere near as entertaining as that.
It's too long.
Yeah, that was ages ago. 7 years ago on. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to just try and start. We're gonna have to try and go chronologically, otherwise we'll just go all over the place.
My language just differed.
Yeah, we'll just keep going on with that. But no idea what that is all about. But I can't believe I was going in so positive. Once we got international games were over, all our squad was fit, and you're suddenly just like, oh hello, we've got a massive chance here. As it turned out,
Weirdly, I'd have been more confident if they beat Villa.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely came in with a point to prove.
Because the chance of them slipping up twice is very slim, very, very slim.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, they were never going to underestimate us after that because they had to go in with a point to prove now to show that that was a one-time thing. That was just a kind of freak event that just happened. And you've got to move on from that. But it became clear that Richarlison definitely wasn't fit. I don't think Coleman was fit, and that's why he got easily injured in the end. He was struggling as well. I think I haven't seen many people talk about this, but the first goal, I think he wasn't.
It was unlucky. It
was unfortunate on him, but I think he does.
He could have done better. Yeah, he could have done better. But I thought Alan looked okay.
Alan seemed alright. James grew into it. I think he was struggling in the first half to get into because this is a quick pace game.
I don't think he's the player that we need in that derby. It sounds mad.
Yeah.
But for that derby, we were defending, and then when we were attacking, he looked like the player he was. He is even.
Yeah. He's not your typical derby player. He's not like an Allen or Decore who'll get stuck in and
Decore was brilliant again.
Decore was amazing. That's by far the best he's played for us so far.
I don't think we had a particularly bad performance other than Mina.
No, I
think for the second goal, but
yeah, even that though I think was unlucky. To be fair, both of them you could put the blame on one or two people, but at the end of the day they were just quite unlucky. It was odd because, like you say, no one played particularly badly. I think it was purely down to lack of fitness, especially with Richarlison and that. And Gomez was bad, to be fair. Gomez was awful, actually. He struggled.
Yeah, he did struggle, but I thought he was the one in the midfield that showed the most passion. Weirdly, I thought that. Because, when he went in for a few tackles and gave Henderson a little nudge and shove, I didn't see any of that of Allen or Decore. I feel like, to be fair, it's their first derby, but I feel like Gomez kind of gets it now.
Maybe got it a bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
The only issue I had with Gomez is that he was seen far too negative. That's the one thing you want at derby. You want to be going for the win no matter what.
I thought he was going to get sent off as well.
Yeah, that's why he got brought off in the end, because his head had clearly gone. And he'd gone through one of them, started shoving one of them. It was clear that if he carried on like that, he was going to be sent off. So he had to go in the end. But I was calling for him to go off at half time. I wanted to start Sigurdsson before, and then I wanted him on during the game, which is mental. Would have been
a bit
crazy to think a few months ago. But he himself has played worse for us, and we've had much worse performances just this season, individual.
That Villa game sticks in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. But he was very poor in the derby for me, Gomez. But like I say, it was no one. no one else had a really bad game at all. I just think we struggled to get going.
At times, it was weird. No one played badly, but the whole team didn't play well.
Yeah, we didn't play as a team as much as we have done maybe this season, perhaps. And we seemed a bit. Well, I mean, I think Richarlison's integral to everything we do. So I think him being low on fitness must have affected us a lot.
Was that when we needed a goal, we attacked them. But as soon as we got it back level, we didn't attack them anymore, and it just baffled me as to why. Obviously, they were gunning for a goal as much as us at 2-1 up, because they want to kill the game, see it off. And then it goes to 2-2. We've got the momentum at that point. Why don't we capitalise on that and attack them more? We've done that for the past few years. It really, really annoys me.
I mean, I think the one that confuses me even more was when Keane scored, because we'd had a really good spell before that. And when Keane equalised in the first half, at that point, just like, let's press on, let's try and get another one before our time, go in at the break, 2-1 up. That's a really good holding point. And like you say, we just didn't really. We just kind of stood behind the ball. And I still think there's that element of just us being scared of them a bit. I mean, fair play to them, they were very, very good, to be fair. They had a very good performance overall.
Yeah, they played like the Liverpool, I know.
Yeah, they played like the Liverpool of last season, not the Liverpool.
Thiago was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
He was my man of the match. He was so good.
And even when he's theoretically got half a leg at the end, still plays a world-class pass for their goal that gets chalked off at the end. So, yeah, like you say, it was just such an odd game. It was really hard to just obviously with a derby, emotions and everything, it's quite hard to analyse stuff in itself.
Well, every year I go through the phase of not watching it and then turning it on about 5 minutes in.
Go for this routine every time. I don't care what happens. And suddenly you care so much you don't want to watch it, and then you just end up watching it anyway.
I had the thought process going into it. If I just switched off my phone and then, because my dad was going to the pub, he didn't end up going to the pub, and he was just shouting and screaming at the telly, so I was forced to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It was a good game.
It was definitely entertaining. Definitely. So, I think now we have to address some of the elephants in the room, some of the stuff that has been making all the headlines. Right, you're the referee, or you're the VAR official, or whatever you want to be. Yeah.
Red card.
I agree. I think
every single day of the week it's a red card. It's a disgusting challenge.
Yeah, it's not intentional, like some people seem to be putting out, but it's ridiculously clumsy. And I think the way you've got to put it is, if it's the other way around, and Adrian does that to Mina for a corner, something like that, and they got nothing for it at all.
It's ridiculous.
You'd be baying for blood. You'd be fuming. Especially if Mina's out for the season, their best player is. I mean, Mina's perhaps not the best example.
I feel for them. I feel for them, but I can't really blame the ref. Not the ref. The ref. I can't blame the ref either.
You can't blame the ref. I think
the VAR definitely you can blame him. But
is this the change of rules again? How recent is this rule where because I don't understand it. The reason they didn't do it is because it was offside. But
that's not.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's still serious foul play.
Yeah. If Bilic can get sent off at half-time when he's A, a manager, and B, it's half-time where there's no play, I don't understand. You think about years ago when Hazard kicked the ball boy. That's out of play.
Yeah. And the United one as well. Martial on the Mala last week.
Or the United one a few weeks ago against Brighton where they got a penalty after the game had finished.
Exactly. I feel like we're sticking up for Liverpool here, but it is a red card. There's no.
It is definitely a red card, and they seem to admit at the time that if it wasn't for the offside thing, obviously you're going to send him off. But I don't understand that. And
I think that's
the frustrating thing for me is that if Pickford had been sent off, I don't think they'd be able to complain anywhere near as much as they have done. I mean, they still would have done because it's them.
Saying that, if Pickford's been sent off, we're losing that game.
Yeah,
I hate him. I really, really hate him. But he played well on Saturday. He played exceptional until the 91st minute.
Yeah, until he lets in the goal that eventually gets chalked off and he gets very lucky for. But that's what would he? Would we have kept the draw even if we just had Olsen?
I don't think so. I've not seen him, to be fair. I don't know, but I don't think we are keeping that draw.
Because realistically, we should have lost. Because I mean, we'll talk about it as well. It's not offside, is it? That goal at the end. I still don't understand how that was given. And like again, be
No, I don't.
livid. I would be livid if that had happened to us. Like because the graphic shows it's not offside. So have they seen it's offside at a different graphic or what?
I keep laughing at it and then remember, oh no, in a few weeks that might happen to us.
Exactly. That, like,
You
that's like,
can't
it can
really
happen to
like
anyone.
dwell over it. You just need to move on, get on with it, and just count your stars.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you've got to take the luck where you can because that's just crazy. And like, it's awful for Pickford. Like, it's a great move. It's not a good shot though. It's straight at him.
No,
like,
it's not. Yeah,
there's no issues for not saving that.
It's
And,
like the Fernandes one. It's gone under his arm, hasn't it? Or Benteke was it against Palace?
Yeah, and it's just frustrating because it's just like you said, he'd had such a good game, and you know regardless of that mistake, we've got to stick up for him now purely because he's got knuckleheads like sending him death threats constantly because of Van Dijk's injury. Like,
but I did think he played well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like him, but to be fair, he turned up on his day, and you can't fault him. He was a good goalkeeper. He was the £30 million goalkeeper.
That's the £30 million goalkeeper we saw there. Yeah, definitely.
And again, another £1 million sign, a few £1 million sign. Ben Godfrey, he came on. He was brilliant. I thought
he was more quiet in the second half. I don't know if you just noticed it more when he first came on, but yeah, first half when he came on, like in place of Coleman, you're panicking because you're just like, well, we don't have a right back. And we're bringing on this brand new centre back to make his first start.
He's the best left winger in the world. Best left winger in the world.
Best left winger in the world.
First Everton start against the champions of the league.
Yeah.
Coming from Norwich, who got relegated last season.
Yeah.
And not even playing in this position.
And he didn't look out of place at all.
No, not at all.
He looked like he'd done it every week. Yeah.
And he's not even trained with us yet, apparently, either.
Crazy. That's positive, man. I'm excited to see more of him.
He looked really good. He's rapid.
Yeah.
And he's tall and he looks like a powerhouse.
And he's positive as well. You remember that dribble he just went on, where he went through like half their team, just like bloody hell.
Gave the ball away, but let's not talk about that.
When was the last time we had a centre back who could do stuff like that? That's what I mean. I reckon Coleman's going to be out for a few weeks now, and obviously Kenny's still injured. So it looks like he may have to start there for the next few games. Anyway.
I don't think Kenny's anywhere near as good.
Oh no, he definitely isn't. I think, especially these issues Coleman's having now, and the fact he's getting on. Like, I think as good as he's been this season, more than capable backup. But I think right back is probably the next issue.
So let's say we play Godfrey at right wing. Who do we play at left wing instead of Richarlison? It's got to be Gordon.
See, I'd play Gordon, but I don't know if Ancelotti will. That's what I'm at.
It's Gordon or Iwobi for me, definitely.
Yeah, I remember saying, and like there was obviously great grounds for this. Like it seemed like Ancelotti didn't rate Iwobi at all. Like after Project Lockdown, and like
he seems to be a different player. He seems to be one of them impact players where he comes on for the last 20 minutes and just runs.
Yeah,
and I'm all for that. I don't really think he's good enough. I don't think he ever will be, but
yeah, to be
he's a good squad player.
And like, obviously, you don't really got to pay 40 million for a squad player, but which I completely understand. But yeah, I don't think he's been as bad as some people seem to think he has this season. I think there's definitely a player in there. I'd maybe give him a try in the next game, but I definitely have Gordon on the bench because he's not been making the bench since those League Cup games. Which I think is very poor from us because there is definitely a player in there, and I think that should be our focus right now, rather than on someone.
Especially with Moise Keane going out on loan as well, it gives him more of like an opportunity to step in, and maybe even Alice Sims might get a go. But again, though, seriously, we're going on for ages here. Yeah. We've got to talk about Calvert-Lewin's goal.
I was just about to say Calvert-Lewin. Bloody hell, what a player we've got here, man! But I realise it more and more with every week because he hardly had a sniff in that game, which is not his fault.
I was one of the people, right? I think it was against Villa, where I just commented on every lineup from that week. Give Keane a go. Give Keane a go. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't even care anymore. Calvert-Lewin's mad.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin is the man because I'm what we always say as well. This game a few seasons ago, Calvert-Lewin's not getting any delivery like that. He'd be coming back, trying to get the ball for himself and that, which is fair enough attitude-wise, but that's not what we need. And
no, we need an out-and-out striker, and
it shows that we've been he's been trained out of that, and he knows now he needs to play as a centre forward.
I think Big Dunk is an integral part of that.
Yeah.
And just imagine getting a signed shirt off Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Yeah. We have to address this now. Yeah, Ethan's won a competition on Twitter, so he's going to get a signed Calvert-Lewin shirt in the post in the next few weeks. So he's very excited about that, and I don't blame you because more and more by the week, like we have got some player here now. Like, look at the way he can leap, man. Look at these pictures. Like, that's like Cahill.
I think someone compared it to
Ferguson-esque.
Ronaldo. Someone compared it to Ronaldo. The goal he scored that went struggled for ages.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was like 13 centimetres off that or something. Really close.
Really close, yeah. That's what I mean. Doesn't have a sniff all game, but he gets one opportunity at that and buries it.
What a ball in, by the way. What a ball in.
Yeah, it's a really well worked goal in general. And yeah, Calvert-Lewin.
James again to Dina.
Yeah, brilliant ball through.
We all know the gist by now. It's beautiful. We love to see it.
And also, James getting the assist for the first goal from the corner means that's his 5th assist this season now, I think. That's already more than Sigurdsson got last season. So,
oh god,
yeah, it's just crazy. Like
£45 million less as well.
So I mean, it just, as we said at the start, is a really difficult one to assess this because I wanted us to go for it more than we did.
But I'd definitely take it as a positive that we got a point out of that. Probably the 4th hardest game of the season, I'd say for us. I think we've got City at home, City away, and then Liverpool away.
Yeah.
But I think we've been tested. Everyone's like, oh, they haven't been tested yet. We've been tested. We've got a draw out of it, which is fair enough. That's good enough for now, I think. I think in the next few years we need to push on and get that win and just get it over
We need to get the win as soon as possible. Like we just do. Break the hoodoo. Got to be done.
But now, who knows? Who knows what could happen?
Exactly. And we said the most important thing beforehand was, like, no matter what happens, we can't let our confidence drop if we get beat. And I can't see our confidence dropping off a jot from that.
If anything,
we may struggle without Richarlison for the next few games, perhaps. But
I think this will do him good. I don't think he's fit. I think this will give him time to be fit, and I think he'll be a better player.
And it gives someone else a chance. You know, hopefully, like we want it to be Gordon, but regardless, hopefully someone like Iwobi or Bernardo, whoever gets the berth, can take it well and give themselves a chance to be a good enough option. So I think there's more positives than negatives to take out of this. I think.
Oh, 100%.
I think we've got to take it and move on. We've got Southampton away coming up this weekend. Definite chance to push on, and we are still.
I don't like Southampton away.
No, we always still got Southampton away, but that's old Everton. This is new Everton. So
Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, Carlo Ancelotti's Everton. So yeah, still top of the table. Still got to just keep form going as much as possible. Still unbeaten, of course. And the future is still looking positive. And so yeah, we will be back for the Southampton game next week. Up the Toffee.